welcome to Sew Pretty Kitty. This is my vlog where I talk about all the things I love about sewing. Oh guys, I'm so sorry I haven't been around for a while. It's been a tricky couple of months, well, month really. We lost my husband's granddad. He was 95 and he lived an amazing life, but yeah, that sort of was a bit of a sad time for us, especially with Christmas coming up. But on the flip side, it's really exciting because my sister's baby is on the way right now. So if my phone makes noises and there's a lot of stopping, you'll know why. Yeah, so I haven't done a great deal of sewing really, not for myself. I kind of get to a point where I have enough clothes, I don't need any more clothes, and I'm just not going to be making stuff for the sake of making things, because that's just silly and wasteful, and you know, we're supposed to be thinking about the environment and the planet and fabric and all of that kind of stuff. The fashion industry does contribute. So I have made one thing that I haven't showed you for myself, and then a couple of things for the kids for Christmas, and I will make sure that they do not watch this vlog so I can show you. So the first thing I made was this Linden sweatshirt by Grainline Studios, and it's kind of a tried and true sweatshirt pattern for me. I really like this pattern. I've made loads of different types from all sorts of different fabric. This is just a black ponte de roma, which I bought from Fabricland a little while ago, and I had enough left over just to make myself a sweatshirt, and I really wanted to put a little motif on the front, a star motif, just because this time of year it's kind of nice to have a little star, but I've given it a twist with some animal print. So just a plain Linden sweatshirt with cuffs and a waistband, and I usually make the waistband just a tiny bit tighter than the pattern suggests, because I find that if I follow the pattern it is kind of a bit baggy at the bottom, and I'd rather have a slightly tighter around the hips. Although one thing to bear in mind when you make the same pattern with lots of different fabrics is they obviously all behave differently. So a sweater knit, for example, would be a much more generous, looser fit, and this ponte is actually a couple of sizes probably tighter than some of the other Lindens I've made, even though I use the same size on the pattern. So it's got the raglan sleeves, and then this vinyl I got from, where did I get it from? Hampton Court Palace, I think, when they had the handmade fair up there, and it was from a company called Crafts, I can't remember off the top of my head, but as always I'll put the details down below if you're interested. Yeah, and it's a nice sort of like leopard print vinyl. It's a heat transfer vinyl, and I used my Cricut to cut the star out. So that was just a one quick easy make for me, and as I said, I've not really made anything else for me, but I do have another couple of things to show you that I've made for the kids, so I'll grab those. So every year I try and make the kids gloves in the winter and bucket hats in the summer from the Oliver and S book. I think it's called Little Things to Sew. I should have brought my copy to show you. It's a lovely book. There's quite a few nice patterns in there, and I always make the gloves in the winter because they're just so easy and so simple. And this time I thought I would give them a little twist. So I'll show you the front of the glove first of all. Black fleece, just a bit of black fleece that I had in my stash. And if I turn it round, you can see that I've put cat claws on it because my daughter is absolutely nuts about cats. They're really simple construction. You have got the thumb piece here and then the back piece, and you create a channel around the wrist and then just feed elastic through. So they're not lined, they're just sort of single thickness. So they're probably not the best gloves for full-on snow or anything like that, but they are perfectly fine for just a normal cold winter's day. So yeah, they were the first ones I made, and I'm really pleased with the cat claws. That was just a design on Cricut Design Space, which I cut, and again, heat transfer vinyl. And this vinyl was from Arteza, Okay, so I've got another pair that I made, and these haven't got the elastic in yet, but these are bear paws for my son. So yeah, same again, brown fleece, and I've just used bias binding on the top here, so that's a really simple way to create a channel that you just put elastic through, and then I hand sew the two ends of the bias binding together where there's a gap. And yeah, so I hope they like those. I've got plans to make my daughter, who's a bit older and probably not really into mittens anymore, a pair of slippers with a sausage dog, one in half on each foot. So if I get round to it, this time of year is always a bit crackers with 3 kids and a job and everything else. So if I get round to it, it's sausage dog slippers. So the next thing I'm going to show you is some fabric. So you guys probably, if you don't already know, I have joined the minerva.com, is it .com or .co.uk? They've just changed their name, but they were Minerva Crafts, and they've got a blogger network, and I've been part of their network for a while, but I haven't really liked any of their fabric for the last, I don't know, 6 months or so. Each time they send out a list of fabrics you can pick from, I've looked and I haven't really sort of been taken by any of them. And like I said before, I am not the sort of person who's just going to accept something for free unless I actually like it, because that's just a waste, isn't it? So this time round, the email came out and I saw 2 really lovely fabrics. Well, I'm hoping they're really lovely. I'm going to open them for you here. So these came like 4 days ago, and you've no idea the self-control it's taken to stop me from opening this parcel, because I knew I was going to show you guys. So I thought this might be good. So it comes in like plastic bag. Not the most beautiful of packaging, but you know, never mind. Ooh. And I've ordered a scuba crepe, because I've never worked with a scuba crepe before. And a stretched denim. Should probably have bought a pair of scissors with me. Ah, the scuba crepe's looking good, guys. Ooh. Oh, it's lovely. Ooh, look at this. How beautiful is that? And it's lovely and stretchy, and it's actually really soft. So yeah, this is interesting for me because I've worked with scuba before, which is obviously quite a thick fabric. With scuba crepe, it's almost like, but it's very fluid and very drapey, and it's actually really soft. Some scubas are a bit sort of, I don't know how you, plasticky feeling, or foamy, or you know, they can feel a bit cheap, but this feels really nice. And I asked for 3 meters of this because I thought that this would make a really beautiful maxi skirt, not maxi skirt, maybe a midi skirt actually, to wear with tights and boots, because it's a black floral. I thought that would look really lovely with just a plain black roll neck and a black pair of boots, just a midi length skirt for the winter. Or, because I ordered 3 meters, I could make some sort of dress. But to be honest with you, I'm not really a dressy dress girl. I do like dresses in the summer, but I'm not sure I'm really a winter dress kind of a girl. So I think a skirt is the way forward. And I've never self-drafted a circle skirt or a half circle skirt before. I don't know if I want a full circle skirt because, like I said, it's a bit dressy for me. But I'm definitely going to make some sort of skirt out of this beautiful scuba crepe. And then there will be a blog to accompany that. So I'm really pleased. That's the first piece of fabric. And the second piece of fabric, oh, it's looking good, guys. So you guys, in the last couple of videos I made a pair of Jessa, is it Jessa? Jessa trousers by Tilly and the Buttons. I'll try and pop a card in linking to that video, and they are like a really full wide-legged nod to the 70s style, high-waisted jean type shape, and I really loved, I made them in corduroy, but I didn't choose corduroy with any stretch in it, and every time I put those bad boys on, they just bag out, and then they become too big, and you know, they fall down, and it's a shame. But it was a wearable toile. I wanted to see what the pattern was like, so no harm done. And I saw on the list that they had some stretch denim, and I thought, ooh, I could make another pair out of stretch denim. And this denim has got a bit of stretch in this direction, no stretch in that direction. It's an indigo blue, and it is so soft, absolutely beautiful, really soft denim. And I've ordered, I think, two and a half meters maybe, because again, although I know I want to make those trousers again, I was wanting to have a little bit just to make sure that if I changed my mind and wanted to make something else, that I would have enough. So I am super pleased with this, and yeah, nice amount of stretch. I think those Jessa trousers are going to be much better with that bit of stretch in them. So one happy girl. Thank you, Minerva. Now I've just got to make them and write my blog posts, and obviously when I do that I will talk to you guys about that. And the last thing I want to talk to you about today is another really exciting thing. I was contacted by Arteza. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them. They are like an art supply company. They provide all sorts of amazing art supplies. And I promise you right now that I am not going to start trying to sell you stuff every video, because, you know, when I'm watching other people, I switch off at that. But I asked Arteza if they would send me stuff that was related to sewing, so that I could link it in with the channel and what you guys come here for at the end of the day. I'm not going to start, you know, trying to sell you pot plants and stuff. And they sent me some amazing fabric pens, so I will show you those. So they come in a pack of 30 fabric markers, and they're all such amazing colours. And I'm going to have a go with those, because the kids really like designing their own t-shirts and drawing on them. And also, I suppose there's all sorts of different things you could use them for, with embroidery and other bits and pieces. So I figured they'd be quite a good one to review. And also they sent me some heat transfer vinyl, and I went for the glitzy, spangly, glittery one, because I've already got lots of plain colours. I'm already a customer of Arteza. I've bought their vinyl before, so I was really pleased when they contacted me and said, would you like to try out some other stuff? So I thought, why not? I'll try it out and I'll let you know how I get on. So yeah. Other important things that are going on next year, I'm going to be hopefully doing some sewing lessons at our local Franklin's in town. So Franklin's is a family run business. They've got several stores, and there's a local one to us, and Neil, the manager, contacted me and asked me if I would like to do some beginners sewing lessons. So next year is looking really exciting. I just want to come on today and say Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you're having a lovely time, and if you're not having a lovely time, I hope Christmas passes quickly for you and you can get on with the rest of the year, because I know it's not always the most wonderful time of the year for everybody, particularly know that now, what with our granddad passing away. So it's not always a time of joy and happiness, but I wish you all the best, and I will see you in the new year. Merry Christmas!